Of a Baltimore City police lieutenant was shot to death this week, and now the reward for anyone with information that leads police to an arrest concerning his death. It is up to $18,000.
WMER 2 News' Brittany Werner went back to the neighborhood where it happened today, and Brittany, neighbors, they say they kind of feel like the crime is creeping a little bit closer and closer to their homes.
So this husband of this Baltimore detective, they live where the cops live. The cops don't live in the hood. The cops live in good neighborhoods. Cops live in the sticks. And the people say the crime is creeping closer and closer. Son, men are everywhere. I told you that, guys, that they're everywhere. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Literally everywhere. It's literally like we can't be 13% of the population anymore, man. That shit has got to be wrong. It feels like we're 40, 50% of the population in this country. That's the real feel. You know how they say, oh, it's 17 degrees, but it feels like it's -3 because of the wind chill factor. Well, the sun ray factor even though we're 13% of the population, it feels like we're 40, 50% of the population, man. We're everywhere.
Back to the neighborhood where it happened today, and Brittany, neighbors, they say they kind of feel like the crime is creeping a little bit closer and closer to their homes.
Yeah, and detectives were passing out these flyers today on that block where the shooting happened, and neighbors who live there said they would like to see their presence in the area a lot more.
These polices, they not doing their job out here. We don't get patrol up here. And if you call them, it takes them 2 hours to get up here.
Neighbors.
And this woman can't see, she can't connect the dots. That it was her, a Baltimore boomer sister, is 1,050% the wokest person you'd ever meet in your life. No question about it. No question about it. 60-year-old sister, there's no question. She's the wokety woke. But she gets on the news in despair. This is what makes it so hard to root for these people, man, in cleaning up their neighborhoods. Why you gotta disparage the cops when you know what you guys did for the last 2 years? Like, y'all know. This is like stealing somebody's money and helping them look for it.
These polices, they not doing their job out here. We don't get patrol up here. And if you call them, it takes them 2 hours to get up here.
Neighbors like Christine Wright are furious after their block became a crime scene.
Didn't hear no shots or nothing.
James Blue III was shot to death Tuesday afternoon in the 1400 block of Walker Avenue.
And I couldn't believe that somebody got shot on this block. Been living on Walker Avenue for 24 years. And this is the first episode that I know of the killing.
Been on this block for 24 years. It is the first. They're everywhere. This is the second story I've done in a couple weeks where a town or area has had its first murder in 25 years. 25 or so years.
And I couldn't believe that somebody got shot on this block. Been living on Walker Avenue for 24 years. And this is the first episode that I know of the killing.
Wright says she was home when it happened, but had no idea what was going on until she stepped outside.
Oh, I was shocked. I was really shocked.
Other neighbors share the same sentiment.
No, this the guy. I never saw him before, but I thought it was a teenage guy at first. Like I said, it's too close to home. It's real close to home, I know that.
One neighbor off camera says her car was hit by a bullet just 5 minutes after she returned home. Wright says it's why they want to see a larger presence from police.
More patrol up and down Walker Avenue. I feel sorry for that family. I pray for their family.
Yeah.
But this killing in Baltimore needs to stop.
Absolutely.
And we need help. We need help.
That reward is now up to $18,000 for anyone who has information that can lead police to an arrest in this case. Guys.
On another note, what type of car is this, man? That thing stopped that bullet cold in its tracks, man. What this? Cars of the future? What kind of car is this, man? This is great advertisement for this car, man. Can anybody tell me what kind of car this is? It's one of them teeny SUV type things. I can't see the make of the model. I can't tell from the... But yeah, if you know what kind of car this is, man, get in the comment section, man. And also, make sure you check out the merch. Sweatshirts, hoodies. At the Ock Nation store. You can wear your Ock Nation merch and everybody will know where your mind is. You won't even have to say anything. When they see you, they'll be like, oh, he's one of them. Or she's one of them. She's not wokety woke like us. Don't bother talking to them. They won't understand. But get your merch today, man. Link in the description box.
I stood with him and just kept saying, we're here, I'm here, we're here.
Neighbors in the 1400 block of Walker Avenue describing a blatant crime. 43-year-old James Blue shot multiple times.
The first thing I heard was about 8 shots.
After the gunfire stopped, he came out to see if he could help.
If it was me, I'd want to hear a voice. So I kept asking him, can you hear me? And people were yelling not to touch him, and I shouldn't have listened. I should have grabbed his hand and said, brother, I'm with you.
Later.
Think of that. Think about how some people think so differently than other people. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. And that's very common, man. No. Put pressure on his wounds. Take your shirt off, your coat off, and apply pressure to the wounds. If there's wounds on his limb, take the shirt, tear it. No, it's cold outside, or go in the house and get some towels or something, tie it around, or go to your car and get some kind of cloths or something, tied around the wounds. Some people, don't touch him, don't touch him, get away from him. Call the police, call the police. Government. They totally dependent on the government. Can't do anything on their own. Even to the basis level. You don't know how many times I've heard that. Don't touch him, don't touch him. And then the gliders, if the gliders around, the gliders down there like forming chest compressions and tying tourniquets. You don't want to get any, you don't want to be in a vulnerable position around some people, period.
I'd want to hear a voice. So I kept asking him, can you hear me? And people were yelling not to touch him, and I shouldn't have listened. I should have grabbed his hand and said, brother, I'm with you.
Later, talking to police, emotions took over.
And I just started to cry, because it's like, this is a life, man. And like, what is happening in this city, man? I mean, in this world, period.
The victim was the husband of a Baltimore City police lieutenant. She works in the department's public integrity unit. Police do not think Blue became a target because of his wife's work. Blue was a train conductor for Amtrak. He was outside of a property he was rehabilitating. His family says he was waiting for a refrigerator delivery when someone shot him.
So he was outside of a property he was developing. So this, buy back the block, y'all. Why don't nobody ever buy back the block? Well, this brother, he was buying back the block. He was waiting on the refrigerator delivery. Maybe some of those guys I tell you about that be cruising around, maybe they saw that, maybe they wanted the refrigerator. Or maybe they just some guys just came and tried to rob them. Or maybe he caught some people stealing out of his property and chased them off or something. Told them to, you know, and then they came back and shot. It could have been anything. Just terrible story, man.
Blue was a train conductor for Amtrak. He was outside of a property he was rehabilitating. His family says he was waiting for a refrigerator delivery when someone shot him.
It's the fact that I just missed it by moments. I mean, I would have been hit.
She says she had just walked into a home moments before the shooting. A bullet ricocheted off her car door.
This is like the third shooting in a matter of 6 months. And I've been here 12 years, and not once have I heard a gunshot. But in the last 6 months, and in the same little area here, there's been shootings in the last 6 months.
So this guy had lived there for 12 years. And he corroborates what the sister said before. There was nothing. That last 6 months, it doesn't take long, man. And this is a Son community. This is like middle class Son people, though. Older Son people, you know, probably different tax bracket, different education level, and it doesn't take them long to destroy a neighborhood, man. It doesn't take these gremlins long, these demons. Doesn't take them long, man. Stop. Drop. Shut them down. Open up shop. Whoa. Whoa. That's how Rough Riders go.
It's like the third shooting in a matter of 6 months. And I've been here 12 years, and not once have I heard a gunshot. But in the last 6 months, and in the same little area here, there's been shootings in the last 6 months.
Neighbors say last month someone fired multiple shots at a house across the street.
Yes, that neighborhood has their issues, but we never had houses shot up. We've never had people killed right out in front of, in the street.
Mayor Brandon Scott reacting to the growing violence.
This is about people's lives being lost, and I'm pissed off about it. But what we have to understand is that we have to have self-accountability and community accountability as well.
I know that it's hard to lose people, but when they're your close ones, in the way and the manner and the brutality that it was done and carelessness, I can't wrap my brain around that.
And neighbors say that they send their condolences to the family of James Blue III. Reporting live from downtown Baltimore, Barry Sims, WBAL TV 11 News.